Dang thing ain't working. Let's see if I can get my chat to work. No, I don't want that. Oh, let's. I need to make this smaller. Oh, there's no way to put it. Oh well, I guess I won't have my chat. I don't know. Nah, unless I can get it in here. Um, see if I can get this to pull up my chat. There we go. There we go. I got my chat. See if I can make that smaller. Ooh, I can. There we go. I got my chat. Okay. Sorry about that, everybody. How's everybody's night going? I got my chat to frickin' finally work. It just took a minute. Let's see if I can adjust my thing. There, that's better. So, I think I got it to work right. Finally got the chat to work. So, I think I'll start with showing the secret vaults stuff real quick. Let me see if I can. I'll do that in a sec. But yeah, hope everybody's night is going good. Hopefully, get some viewers in here. There we go. I switched it to live chat. Let's see if I can get timestamps bet. But yeah, I'm gonna start the video here soon. Let's get the controller. All right. Mute that real quick. So yeah, I'm gonna give you guys a little taste of the channel I was on the other day, the Secret Vault. So yeah, I'm gonna give you guys that little taste. Let's see if I can oop, wrong. I grabbed the wrong thing. See if I can. There we go. Let's see. I'll give you the good stuff. All right, there's his channel. You guys should subscribe to his channel. Check it out. Yeah. Hopefully everybody can see this. Let me check. Ooh, I bumped my controller. But yeah, I'll possibly send the link to join the video chat for StreamYard. You guys just gotta let me know. Wait a minute. You have to give me a sec. I'm gonna do something real quick. I just want to make sure everything's working correctly. Where did my chat go? There we go. My chat's back. Awesome. So, yeah, it seems like in Tiny, what are you doing? But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and for those of you who don't know who Matt is, that is Matt on the screen, also known as the Secret Vault. Just check out his channel. I'm gonna give it a little teaser. Let's see if I can find some good stuff. Tiny, Tiny. Hey, it is gonna take me a sec, so let's blank that out. There we go. Well, yeah. While I look for the video, hopefully everybody's night is going okay. Cause yeah, it's about 2 years ago, I think. I want to find a good one for you guys, and I exactly know which one to play. It'll get you guys going. I'm gonna make it known I don't own the rights to the video. It's the Secret Vaults video, so I'm only gonna play some of it so you can get a little taste and subscribe to his channel. So I think I went back too far. I might have gone back too far. I am not sure. Let me look. Oh yeah, it was like 3 years, 2 years ago. That's right. So it's gonna take me a little bit to find it. Cause yeah, he has a lot of videos. We're in a year. Oh, we're almost there. But yeah, because personally, I think it's like the best one. I mean, they're all good. All his videos are good. But again, this is like one of the good parts. So I have it pulled up. Let me get mine. There we go. There we go. All right. So it's under this um playlist called Bunker Stuff in Urbex. Yeah. So I'm gonna give you a little backstory to this. So underneath, and I'm gonna say pretty much under all the cities in the United States and the world. That's another topic. But this is in a place in England, London. I'm not sure the exact location. You have to watch the video. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and play it. I'm going to go ahead and mute myself. And yeah, if you want, check out his channel. But here you go. Without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and, yeah, mute myself and I'll let you hear it. And if everybody could, please let me know if the sound is good. So, but yeah, here we go.
Do you prefer to go unseen, but still want low RV show pricing?
Okay. There's a repeating. Right.
Oh, here, yeah. Yeah, yeah. You've already been given.
My GPS has stopped working. Huh? GPS has stopped working. Yeah. Have you got a good idea where we are?
Yes, just here.
Oh shit, there's more light here than there was the last time.
Well, I think it was quite well lit up last time, but
No, they put a light over the top of it, look.
So I'm gonna fast forward a little bit for you guys to a good part. If you want to check it out, here we go. I definitely have to like that video. I forgot to. So right now they're trying to figure out how to get in. Uh, I'm gonna go ahead and play
No, it's
that.
definitely this door. It's this one. Yeah, it opens in, yeah. It looks like it opens in, doesn't it?
Yeah, but the door opened out the last time.
I can't remember. But
Unless my memory's fucking going faulty.
this one is the goods lift entrance. And
Right.
that one just goes straight in.
Is there a back to this? No, I recognise that.
Now, you can't really get to the back of it. So there's like a little bit of a courtyard, which
And then
backs onto like
houses.
flats.
Yeah.
Because when I went up, 'cause I went up there.
Mate, I swear it
really
was it was
by-
really dark the night that fucking shit happened.
Yeah.
They put so many street lights in, yeah.
You can see how high those vents are. Don't you? Like the ladder won't even touch them.
And the thing is, you're going to have to be quite thin to get through there as well.
Yeah. Well, you could only do the left side because the fire escape is on the left side. But obviously, you can't have a rope going diagonally across the roof.
No.
Because as soon as you pull on it, it will pull you sideways.
Yeah.
Probably stand over the road.
And there's no netting on that side. I've got a torch. Want me to give it a blast?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and fast forward a little bit.
I don't know where we're meant to go now. I don't know where he's gone. Yeah. Oh yeah, shit. What? No, that's all right. No, that's okay. Go on.
So I'm gonna go ahead and skip a little bit more. So right now they've now pretty much climbed to the roof, and I'm gonna go ahead and play the rest.
If the lights off, it makes it easier for them to see us.
Yeah, I know, that's fucking... I'll tell you what. It's a big one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know what I think would be easier?
What?
If we dangled the rope over and used an ascender to pull ourselves up rather than dangle ourselves over. I've got an ascender in the van.
My bad, guys. I did not mean to click that.
I would feel more comfortable climbing up.
What about the rope ladder?
Oh, do you want to dangle over there on the rope ladder?
It's pretty safe. I've used it a few times.
It's up to you, mate. It's quite a drop, though, isn't it? I mean, you know, nothing's going to happen. It doesn't matter whether it's 10 foot or 10 metres, but, you know. I ain't done any abseiling in about fucking 2 years, and my fucking bottle's fucking going on that one, I tell you. Like everyone else has done in the past. But what we could do, if cables we could tie off and put your rope ladder on the end of the rope, so the rope ladder's just off the floor, climb up the rope ladder to it.
Well, I don't think you have to get it down to the floor. You just have to get it down to this ledge.
No, I mean climb up from the bottom up, rather than going down. We have the climbing rope going over.
Oh, it's going to be there for everyone to see, isn't it, for ages?
No, because we'll go down, climb up the rope ladder, and pull the rope ladder off the floor.
Okay.
When we're in the vent.
That's not a bad idea, actually.
I personally would feel comfortable climbing than dangling this drop.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to go over, I think he's up for it. He wants to dangle over.
As long as I've got enough rope to make a quick descent to the floor if anyone does come and just run away.
Well, the thing is, what you'll do is, if we dangle it to the climb up, but if we dangle it down, you can climb back up anyway.
You know what? Yeah. So I might as well climb up, but I'll not take longer.
No, because you're like this. It's a rope ladder.
Oh yeah, there's a rope ladder, isn't it?
Yeah. It's pretty good, actually.
That's you, mate.
Well, what are you?
Do you feel safe going down the rope ladder? I mean, I can do it, but I mean, it's going to scare shit out of me.
Yeah, you know, I was all fucking full of confidence when I come down. I just looked over the edge and I thought, fucking hell, I don't remember it being that fucking high. Because I've been fucking living in North for fucking too long, mate. They ain't got no fucking high rises over there.
Yeah.
Everything's two-storey. What's to be dangling off this shit?
So right now they're just talking stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and play this part.
After this bloke goes, we'll start dangling down. Okay.
So I'm gonna go ahead and skip forward some more.
Just.
At some point it's going to come past you.
Alright, here we go. This is like the most epic part of the thing. And by the way, Matthew, you're a freaking legend, dude, for doing this. I don't know if I could, because I'm frankly afraid of heights. But I'm gonna go ahead and play it now. So yeah, here we go.
Okay.
Locked in?
You alright? We're all clear. Okay. You alright? We're all clear. Just pull it with your hands. Right, he's in. Fucking yes. We've got the crew down there looking, watching on. He's a fucking lad, isn't he?
I wouldn't have done that because the way I do it is I walk over it backwards.
Yeah.
I don't sort of dangle.
Pre-tension.
Yeah, yeah.
Pre-tension, yeah.
So when I phone him and ask him what is with the thing, because we need him.
he's pulling it. Hang on. Look at this. He might want to go down again. He might be wanting to abseil down inside. Let me ring him.
Ask him if he wants me to let go at the end.
Yeah.
Later.
He's lifting it back up now. Are you unhooked? On our way in. We are on our way in. Got it. Here you go. Gonna drop this down. Ready? Stinks of fucking cat's piss up there. Tell Jordan, tell Luke to get ready with his car. We can get round it quicker.
We get on back to the car with Luke's car.
Jordan wants to get a bit of. I need to get my camera. And then... Hello. Fucking hell. How you doing? You alright?
That's Luke, by the way.
Get out. Good to see you, man. Hello. 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 Fucking hell. What the fuck? Yeah, fucking amazing, mate. Fuck's sake. Back over quickly. Oh, Jesus. They bricked the door out.
Can you remember when we used to get to that point here? And
They fucking bricked that door. That's where fucking came out of. Was this door?
No way.
That's where it came out of.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
That's mental.
Unreal.
So that's the... And can you remember this used to be metal, didn't it?
Yeah. Fucking madness. Madness.
So I'm gonna be right back. I'll let you guys watch the rest of this. Give you a taste. So I'm gonna go ahead and skip a little bit. Right now they're kind of in like the security area of the bunker. And yes, it is a bunker.
Just goes to show how their mentality works, like, you know, they...
So I'll be right back. I'll let you guys see this. And yeah, enjoy the video. It's a good watch.
They think like, oh, they'll just waste their time trying to get in through that door, and they'll just hit the brick wall, ha 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 ha. And then we like film that we're on this side of the door, the right side of the door.
I've got a little footage of that there as well.
Oh, brilliant, nice one, man. Jesus. Hello, Mr. Liam LK, look. Yeah. And side view only, I'm afraid, but here's Lozzie. There was Lozzie. There was Lozzie, yeah. Fucking fire alarms will be going off now. Yeah.
They're working and it's like panels on.
Oh, it's had some lights on it earlier on.
Oh, now.
Doesn't now?
It's just if you angle
Oh,
the lights at
oh,
certain angles, it's
yeah.
a reflection.
Right.
Someone's been here reading.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shall we have a little look at what's up here then? See what all the fuss is about. Wow. Oh, it's the lift mechanism. The lift mechanism is here. And then it goes up into somebody's got in through here in the past. They got in through that metal door. Bloody hell. Somebody's been busy. Bloody hell. And where does this go? No way.
Oh my god.
Jesus. See how somebody's been in.
That'd be awesome.
Everyone's coming up for a look now.
There's a queuing system there. Oh, there's a bag, wasn't it? Didn't buy that one. Oh, so that's the metal plate that's the other side.
That's literally it, isn't it?
Yeah.
I wonder what holding it on. Quite thick screws.
Sides.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. Obviously, at some point they didn't have that there. They just had this.
I never did that.
That didn't take them too long to get through.
Madness.
Oh my god.
Madness. It's a madness.
How far down does that go?
It drops, I think.
And then I think it goes down again. It's very dusty.
This is probably one of the main air vents in, isn't it?
Yeah.
You look at all the dust out there.
Yeah, where the cleaners? What are they doing? Unbelievable.
That's a very big plug, isn't it? Is it like a Weber type connection?
It looks like one of them cooling stuff.
Is it?
It's the lift mechanism. Not bad. Oh, okay, hold on.
What are we doing here?
Fuck's sake, it's madness, isn't it? Jesus Christ. Well.
Crazy, this is absolutely crazy. They've already got started going down. You can see the torches if you look in the lift shaft. You see the torches between the gap?
Oh, they've already started going down, yeah.
Yeah.
Look, folks, down there. In the gap.
It would open I'm like really like excited. And tight
Oh, I know, it took bloody ages
to
to get here.
scope this place out. We've been coming for years trying to find a way in, haven't we?
Yeah.
Make sure it's safe.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's
Let's
not
start
on.
making our descent now.
Right, so yeah. Reminds me of Anchor.
It does, doesn't it? Anchor telephone exchange.
Yeah. Oh, you haven't got those gloves, have you?
I honestly don't think.
All right.
I'm not going to lie to you, I fucking left them right out in the end. I tried getting them, but I just ended up
All right, no worries.
I did have a little like 5-minute thought process. If he's really going to care, I hope he's not. Sort of, when we get to the bottom of this, we're having a sword fight, man. Winner against the cup, loser stays down for the night. Oh, mate. Honestly, I can't thank you guys enough for that bottle of water now.
Oh, that's a deal.
Saved me, mate. So
Liam went over to get it for you. What? Is a strange level? Well, hello. Oh, yeah. This, folks. Sub-level. Oh, shit. Does it go down deeper? Yeah, this must be shelter level then. Folks. The stalagmites. Stalactites, I mean.
There's some spiral staircase on the other side, down.
I have to piggyback off your life first, so. This joint, like.
What the hell? Air filtration system. Those are plugs. Those plug into those weird plug sockets on the walls. They're 24 volt military plug sockets, I think. Fans. Oh, bloody hell.
This is a gift that keeps on giving.
Yes, folks. Oops.
Seems like a ventilation thing. There's keep the ventilation going. Water cooler fan.
No way. It's like a classic deep level shelter.
Oh,
Classic deep level shelter, look. But instead of a lift, they've got this air drift system.
Oh my god.
There's a wire hanging out of your back.
Yeah, I haven't yet had a chance to. No, need to hand it to me.
Okay, yeah. There you go.
Thank you. Plug it in and I power.
There's an administration fee for that.
Okay, cool. I'll pay.
Just laziness. No, it's like pipe. It's like a pipe tunnel. Yeah, do you know these pipes that we saw upstairs? It's just like them hunting.
But it's dramatically shielded there, but in here they're like, yeah, no fun.
Oh my god. And now we've got some like really cool ladders to go down. Oh, wow. And there's two as well. Yeah. Oh my god.
So there must be two ways up and down then. All the way down the ladders on the.
Above there's another staircase.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's a double helix.
Yeah, so if you hadn't have come through the air filtration thing, you'd have come down the other spiral.
Yeah, that was the one that fell down all the stairs.
You're just so excited, isn't it? Let's get gay. Oh my god. Oh my days! Look, there used to be a light up there. Oh my god, did you see the fixing point? And how industrial it all looks. It all like.
Slime.
This is incredible. Can't believe we actually did it.
I don't think he's having much fun. I don't think he likes it.
Yeah.
I think he's had enough. He wants to go to McDonald's again.
Who doesn't? Hey, you can hear the trains, listen. We near Chancery Lane, haven't we? Yeah.
Emergency stuff, and that at the bottom must be part of the plant. So we're in like the sewage plant, you know, like the shitter.
Yeah, but these things go up and down.
Yeah, because they're like big watertight gates, aren't they?
No, these go into a different part of the bunker because I've seen people raising and lowering these.
Yes,
These are doors. I swear that if the electrics was on,
you can operate it.
I've seen people going behind doors like this, but maybe they're in a different place.
Go near the underground.
Bloody hell.
Bloody hell.
It's a good one, huh? Yeah, buddy.
sludge. Sludge.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, big old pipes. Shit, hell. No way.
What did everybody think of that so far? Drop it in the comment if you love it. But yeah, it's pretty badass if you want to check it out. Yeah, it's pretty good. That's all I know. Yeah, I hit the button by accident. But yeah. Hope everybody's doing good. I don't know how many viewers I have at the moment. I will have to check. Yeah. Like and subscribe. I'm gonna definitely go back to the video. So, yeah. Here we go again with the video. If I can get my chat, there we go. All right, here's the rest of the video. I'm gonna go ahead and pull it up.
Oh, there's the old rectifier.
Mercury. Mercury arc.
Another one down there, say.
What was that noise?
A whistle. Jesus, another one going that way. Mercury arc rectifiers, folks. Same as you get in all the other deep level shelters. Yeah.
For insane rush.
Straight into a concrete wall, which is where a concrete wow. That's another one of those tunnels that goes like, you know, that's one of those like, you know, those variable speed things. Is it Mercury arc? Like, wow, there's a Mercury arc rectifier.
Yeah.
Look at that, there's actually a big transformer, but this one's turned off, isn't it?
Do you want to see if don't touch anything?
They've already started.
I feel like it may not be working.
Yeah, so do I. So I check the switchboard. On.
Big fuses.
On. So we've already taken that. Look, the more fires there, unfortunately, I think.
I didn't realize my mic was muted. I'm glad you liked it, Big Boss Dog.
AC circuit breaker.
And that rectifies.
And see all these things here. These, that's a big.
Really clear, no, it's done it, isn't it?
big spray bottle for CO2 to put a fire out in you. If a fire starts, you spray, 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 spray. Yeah. Wow.
What does that actually? You pull it, what will come out?
I know.
Bolts.
Yeah. It's a selector.
I'm gonna go ahead and share his YouTube in the chat. Give me 1 sec. But yeah, let me know. I'll drop it in the chat right now. Alright, I got his thing. I will drop it in the chat. Alright, there's his channel. It's in the chat. Let's see, I'm trying to get to my channel. Oh, I have 2 viewers at the moment. Alright. I wish I had more, but hey. I'm gonna go ahead and play the rest of it. So yeah, enjoy.
A selector.
Is it disabled?
Hey, hey, everybody! It's Lozzie up there. Okay.
No, what, absolutely mental.
Yeah.
I need a beat. I've never come up ladder so fast.
There's a different way that way.
I think it just goes round to the other side of the spiral staircase, isn't it?
In that room again where it were like
Oh, I don't know. I just... Yeah, but...
no, amazing.
It's just the other side in a spiral.
Ah, yeah.
So dual spirals.
Yeah.
If you run up it, if Luke finds another one, it's not big.
Bloody hell.
Well, absolutely crazy. Can you imagine if
Yeah. There's a speaker there, look.
yeah, that's a proper aluminium speaker because it hasn't corroded or has it? It's in an aluminium speaker casing. It'll be like a PA.
Yeah.
Do you think when that's been pulled, it's an announcement through that speaker?
Or just be an alarm siren.
That won't be or something like that. It's been mental since we've got in, hasn't it? It's absolutely mental. There's two, have you noticed there's two? That's like a little weird wall, isn't it? It's having back at the ladders.
And there's maybe you can.
Should we continue going down? to the next.
Did you know it?
We're just stood there on camera.
Were you all a little bit relaxed? I wanted to wake you up. But I'm sure you know that. You're welcome. There's a safety training.
Watch out, the floor's a bit corroded around here, so be careful.
And I guess it's must have thrown all platforms out. I'm trying to figure where the people are. You know, where the pillars are.
Right.
I can feel it's almost stopping on the end. No, guys. This is the best one. We're not even halfway at the bottom yet. Are we?
Yeah.
No, this must have been. Oh, it's like a rust challenge.
Oh.
Goes to the upper bunker level.
Upper bunker. Glass doors.
Look at these old junction boxes. Fire alarm lines. It's just a bit I see.
They got like a fire thing that just drops down.
And look, to fire exit, alternative ammo, blue ammos.
Yeah.
Look at what that looks like. That looks so weird over there. Foil all around it. Yeah, foil all around it. We've got a lot of
But yeah, you guys, that's the secret vault. Check him out. He's actually pretty good. Let's see here. We're gonna do another channel. We're gonna watch the video. Hopefully it's not too long. But yeah, I'm gonna teach you guys some things. Let's see here. The channel is called My Lunch Break. We'll get you caught up. I'll start from the beginning. It's got a lot of videos. Hopefully we have more people come in. If not, it's cool. I'm gonna repost this tomorrow. Man, he's got a lot of videos. Alright, here we go. This one is only 15 minutes. But here you go, guys. I'll go ahead and play it right now.
What do you think about T-Mobile home internet only being $35 a month?
We need to take your mind off of this. Come check
My
out my new man
apologies
cave.
for the ad. I don't have premium.
T-Mobile's got home
YouTube,
internet, just
so-
$35 a month, and it's guaranteed for 5 years.
I checked Allstate first and saved hundreds on my car insurance. Unfortunately, I did not check who was behind me at the game. I love you!
I love you! No! That's their mom, Mrs. Betts.
Yeah, check Allstate first. You could save hundreds.
What I'm about to show you blew my mind. And it's my own personal opinion. You do not have to believe what I am about to show you. You can comment below all of your comments, and that is perfectly okay. I could be totally wrong, but I'm about to show you something pretty cool that I am interested in, and I thought was awesome. Welcome to episode 19 of my lunch break. Alright, now let's get into this. This first picture is a building that was in the World's Fair in Philadelphia. They had it open in the 1800s. You guys can look up the year that the Philadelphia World's Fair is. You know that I'm not lying. This is the 1800s. They said it was a half a mile long, this building. A half a mile long in the 1800s. What is going on here? Now remember, this is before power tools were created They didn't have cranes or all that. So the first power tool was created in 1895. Okay, so this is pre-power tools. They built a half-mile long building. Now the best part about it is that they tore it down. It's a horrible part about it, but the best part about it is that they tore it down, meaning that I'm guessing, in my own opinion, you don't have to believe me, but my guess is that this was here before, and they had to make a reason to tear it all down. And I think this was what all the World's Fairs were. Now, let's go on to the next picture. This is the Mark Hopkins Mansion in San Francisco, California. I'm sorry, but I thought that we were not building things like this in California. I thought we didn't go there until 1850. So what is this incredible mansion doing in San Francisco, California? What is going on? Okay, let's go to the next picture. The Cathedral of St. Paul. I'm sorry, but have you seen these cathedrals around the world? They're incredible. The architecture are things that we don't do today. And if you don't believe me, go look at the Notre Dame Cathedral in Europe that was burned on fire, and they're still trying to repair it. Okay? So, look at that thing. Look at this thing. It's incredible. I mean, in Minnesota? What is going on here? This is United States of America. Why are we building... I thought this stuff was only in Europe. Next picture. What is this? This looks like ancient Greece. In America? What's going on? This was in Chicago in the 1800s. Okay. Look at the pillars on that thing. Incredible. The architecture and the stonework with no tools. They're telling us this is a chisel. You are telling me that you can hire a bunch of people and they can go chisel this stuff? I mean, give me a break. Give me a break. I don't care who you hire. You can hire 1 million people. I don't care how many people you hire. This is incredible work. What are they going to do? How are they going to carry all this stuff? And why is it destroyed? Why did they destroy all this stuff? You have to ask these questions at least. I mean, what in the world? That is incredible. Look at all that stuff. It's incredible. The pillars, I mean, what is this? Why did they do this? Why did they build this in the first place? A World's Fair? And then to knock it down, I mean, it's incredible. What does it even say on there? It says a bunch of stuff engraved into it. Ugh, right by the water like that? Incredible. Alright, let's go to the next picture. The Tower of Jewels. This is in America, people. What is going on here? This is pre-tools. Look at how small the people are. I mean, amazing. That doesn't look like anything we build today. Come on, if somebody built that today in America or anywhere, if somebody started building this, I think people would be incredibly impressed. We don't build like this at all. We haven't built like this for years, hundreds of years. What is this? Look at this thing. Look at that. Unbelievable. I mean, pillars up at the top of it with no cranes, remember, guys. No cranes. They didn't have a crane. No No crane. How are they getting up there? They can't carry that stuff up there. Come on. I mean, well, you got a ladder. You're gonna carry. Look how little the people are. Look at that. Come on. All right, let's go to the next picture. This is St. Francis Xavier College Church. Amazing. These churches are not from we don't build like this. We don't build like this. I mean, remember, these are my opinions. You guys can think what you want. You think we build like this, then so be it. But we don't. There's no way. We don't build like this.
I share dad advice with millions on TikTok, but I'm also a dad at home. So from one parent to another, here's something I learned. When your teen joins TikTok, they're protected with over 50 preset safety and privacy settings. Accounts all start private, and for those under 16, there are no direct messages. And only friends can comment on their videos. Because when safety comes first, discovery can follow. Hey, even dads need dad advice sometimes.
You gesture, the world responds. Any car that doesn't offer that sense of control is a car that stops short of amazing.
Do you know Hobby Lobby has hundreds of incredible products on sale every single week? Just check out our weekly ad to discover unbelievable savings across the store and start shopping in-store or online at hobbylobby.com today.
These are incredible. Look at the circular windows in the middle there. Look at that. Unbelievable. I mean, I know, like, we all talk about the pyramids and stuff, but why not the stuff that's sitting right in front of us? Our buildings today are garbage. We build like box garbage buildings, and they last after hundreds of years, I'm sure. This is way older than they're saying. Look at that thing. Let's go to the next picture. Salt Lake City, Utah. Okay. Holy cow. Look at that. Look at that. Unbelievable. I mean, with the mountains in the background. So cool. Look at that. It looks like a castle. It looks like a castle. Not a county building. Who builds their county building like this? Nobody's building their county building like this. Go to your local county building. We don't build like that. We don't. I don't care what it is. But why are they saying that they built this for their county building? Oh, man, amazing. It looks like a castle. It looks like an ancient castle. All right, let's go to the next picture. Okay, this is Chicago in 1893. What year did I say that the power tools were created? 1895. So we built this supposedly 2 years before the power tool. Okay? What the heck? What the heck? And what are we building it for? Why? And it's all knocked down now? None of the bits there. Maybe what do they have? The Field Museum, Soldier Field with the pillars. They do have some things that are still like that, but not all of this. This is incredible. We don't build like this. This is unbelievable. In Chicago, Illinois in 1893? Guys, what is going on? This is America? Alright, let's go to the next picture. What do you see? Well, I see a mountain. I don't know about that, but that's America? I don't know what that is. Let's go to the next picture. St. Louis, Missouri. 1904. So it looks like Chicago. It looks like it's the same builders. Yeah, it looks a lot different than today. I mean, it looks like garbage today. We don't build like that, guys. Look at that. The fountains and the... I mean, all the pillars. Oh, incredible. I mean, there was other types of builders building at this time period, that's for sure. There's no way. I can't say it enough. Do we build like this? I don't know. I don't think so. I've not seen it. Nothing in my town looks like that. Let's go to the next picture. Another one from St. Louis. Look at this. Wow. Incredible. Alright, next picture. Oh, okay. This is in Cincinnati, Ohio. You can see that they've covered up like incredible stonework with just brick. And the brick's falling apart. And the original is actually still intact perfectly. It's because we don't build like that anymore. They knew how to build incredibly well, it looks like, in my opinion. And they had like some sort of technology that they were able to like easily inscribe into this stone. I mean, the only way we can do that today is by molding, and they tell us that they didn't have molding back then. So what is this? Like, unbelievable. All right. Oh, let's go to the next picture. U.S. Capitol building. Wow. So it looks like they've got some sort of underground. Well, that wouldn't shock me. But it is crazy that it's built before. Look at that. Look at the pillars up top, too. Now, it looks like they do have underground stuff, which that is, like, I'm sure they do, to hide people, or building. They don't want people to know where they are, you know. But still, like, who built the pillars underground? Or maybe did they fill it in? Or yeah, they must have filled it in, but wow, they did that? They were able to do that? I mean, that building is just like everything else we've looked at. The pillars and the dome top. All the Capitol buildings do look like that. They all look the same, like the same builder, and we don't build like that anymore. Alright, let's go to the next building. Oh my god. Look at that. Look at them. I want to know who did that. I would love to have watched somebody do that. Nobody does this anymore. Nobody. This is crazy. This is so cool. We don't... I'm going to say it again. I'm probably annoying you guys, but I don't care. It's my own video, right? Look at that. Look at the circles and the arches and the perfect patterns. I don't even think I could draw like that if you gave me a million years to draw like that. Unbelievable. Into like, what is this? Like stone or some sort of amazing. I mean, maybe it's metal. I don't know. Wow. All right, let's go to the next one. Oh, okay. This is what, the Statue of Liberty. Okay, so it's sitting on like a star. Interesting. Okay, so in the middle of the water, they go out there and build a star. Okay, in 1930. That makes sense. Okay. Next picture. Next picture. Okay. Oh, it's the same building. Oh, look at that. There's a hole in the ground. 1903. Still there. Same building in the background. This is, what do they have, a subway back then? But they didn't have subways back then, so what is this hole doing in the ground? Alright, next picture. Okay, we're all done. But if you guys want me to do any other country, just let me know. I got all kinds of cool pictures. If you want me to do a different country, put it in the comments. I will do another country if you're interested. Hit the subscribe button, the like button if you want, and we could do this again. But this has been a fun lunch break, very interesting in my opinion. You can believe what you want again, but yeah, I thought it was really cool and very interesting at the least, whether you want to believe it or not. If you think that we build like that, that's great, but I haven't seen it like that. So, alright, I'll see you guys later.
I had just started a brand new job, and I get a call, and my mom says, "Don't panic, but the house is on fire."
Alright, so what everybody think of that? Yeah, it was pretty entertaining. So if I get more viewers, I'll drop the link, but right now I don't have enough. But yeah, these places are all over the place. You just gotta look. I'm gonna go ahead and play another one. Yeah, you know what? If those of you who are interested in like German history, I could play that. Actually, you know what? Let's play some Area 51 stuff. Why not? This is right up everybody's alley. This is up the Secret Vault's alley, in fact. Let's go ahead and play some. Or actually, I got a good one. Alright, this channel is called Area 52. I'm gonna go ahead and show it to you guys. You can see it probably. Should be able to. I'll go ahead and play some right now. Give me a sec. Let's start from the beginning. Oh wow, he's got a lot of videos. I didn't know that. Alright, I'm gonna play a trailer for you. So here we go. It's called Project Stargate: What Happened to the Psychic Spies.
I never thought college was my thing. So I went to work right out of high school.
There's just an overwhelming amount of evidence that says that this is a real thing.
I am the former operations and training officer for the Department of Defense Stargate program.
My name is Joseph McMonagle. I was the first one recruited for the Stargate program.
It was another kind of like crack in my reality, and it's like, I really don't know anything.
I fully believe what he is telling us.
I gotta rethink my worldview now.
My unconscious has been doing something, I have no idea, but now it's about ready to go.
That is a psychic disincentive right there.
I don't, if that's true, what does that mean about the universe?
You start processing it differently in the way you think. And when you start doing that, time and space goes away, the rules go away.
You know, it is real. Wake up.
All right, ready to remote view?
I'm so ready.
Alright, what'd y'all think of that? Let me know. Give me 1 sec. I'm trying to adjust my monitor. Oh, snap. There we go. My apologies. This thing's got like 5 million settings. There we go. Alright. I had to put that on power save. Oh, there's the eco. Alright, there we go. I'm gonna go ahead and now play the other half of the thing. Alright, so this video is called How the CIA Spent Millions on Secret Spies Projects. So, alright, here we go.
Oh, hey, John.
I know this isn't what you asked for, but think of it as more of a lateral
Yeah.
transition.
Yeah, no, I know.
You should be getting a file shortly on an interesting assignment, to say the least.
Oh, I think I just did. It's an interesting courier system you've got there.
That's funny.
Why is that?
Have a look at the files and report back anything of interest.
Okay, you got it, John.
Oh, and that's Major Smith now.
Right. Yeah, of course.
Hey, help yourself to some of that whiskey.
During the height of the Cold War, the United States government embarked on a mission to gain an advantage over the Soviet Union. To do this, they sought to use a new weapon that could give them an edge in the conflict. Mind reading. Hard to believe, but they initiated a highly classified project that began in a research lab in California in the 70s before moving to a Maryland Army base. The CIA, Army and Defense Intelligence Agency, recruited people who claimed to have extrasensory perception, otherwise known as ESP, to help them uncover intelligence secrets.
And they're really concerned because the Soviets, including the KGB, were spending millions of dollars every year on this kind of phenomenon.
In response, the CIA began to fund their own research in secret at the Sanford Research Institute, SRI, in Menlo Park, California. And recently, in 2017, the CIA declassified some 12 million pages of records, which revealed new details about the program, now known as Project Stargate. Psychics, who were referred to as remote viewers, took part in a wide range of operations, from locating hostages kidnapped by Islamic terrorist groups to tracing the paths of fugitive criminals within the United States. Now, in the world of remote viewing, one name stands out: Ingo Swann.
Ingo Swann claims to have used this astral body to travel to distant planets. He tells us how it feels to travel in this energy body.
This individual was instrumental in the development and advancement of remote viewing as a technique and helped bring it to the attention of the U.S. government. Swann, a renowned artist and psychic, is often credited with developing the first systematic approach to remote viewing in the 70s. He'd already gained some fame for his psychic abilities and was approached by scientists at SRI to participate in the research on psychic phenomena. He soon began to work with Dr. Hal Puthoff and Russell Targ, two of the leading researchers in the field of parapsychology. It was at SRI that Swann developed his unique approach to remote viewing, which he called coordinate remote viewing, or CRV. CRV involves a structured process of gathering information through the use of visual sensory impressions. It starts with the viewer establishing a target, typically a location or object, and then working to gather information about that target through a series of structured steps. Swann's method was so successful that it was eventually adopted by the US government, and Swann himself became a consultant for various intelligence agencies. One of Ingo Swann's most well-known cases was his work with the planet Jupiter. In 1973, Swann began working with scientists at SRI to explore the possibility of remote viewing planetary objects. Swann was tasked with viewing Jupiter, and his results were nothing short of extraordinary. Swann was able to accurately describe the complex atmospheric patterns of Jupiter, as well as the presence of a previously unknown ring around the planet. These findings were later confirmed by NASA's Pioneer 10 spacecraft, which then flew past Jupiter in the 70s.
So Hal came and said, "You're the first to find a ring around Jupiter." I said, "I am?"
In addition to his work with planets, Ingo Swann also provided remote viewing services to the US government. One of his most famous cases involved his work with the CIA. Swan was asked to remote view a secret facility in the Soviet Union that was believed to be used for the manufacturing of nuclear weapons. He was able to provide accurate descriptions of the facility's layouts and operations, as well as the presence of nuclear materials. His findings were later confirmed by satellite imagery. Among the remote viewers who worked on the project, Army veteran Joseph McMoneagle stood out. He's also known as remote viewer number 001. He participated in approximately 450 missions between 1978 and 1984, as he later told the Washington Post, including helping the Army locate hostages in Iran and pointing CIA agents to the shortwave radio concealed in the pocket calculator of a suspected KGB agent captured in South Africa. The CIA's work on ESP concluded in the late 1970s, and the program moved to the U.S. Army's Fort Meade in Maryland, where it was funded by the Defense Intelligence Agency. And despite public denials from the Pentagon about spending money on psychic research, Congress continued to approve funds for the remote viewing program for almost 2 decades. The CIA finally released a report in 1995 that acknowledged the U.S. government's long-rumored work with remote viewing for military and intelligence purposes. My investigation begins with my friend Nelson Dellis, 5-time U.S. memory champion. Nelson recalls being approached by some men in suits who were going to train him in remote viewing and to use his ability to play the stock market.
My thoughts about remote viewing before I knew about it. I didn't really know about it. Honestly, I'd never really heard about it. But if we're talking about like psychic type stuff, ESP, there's a part of me that would laugh at it, right? That like I cannot believe in that because what I know and the way I've always thought about the world, I need the evidence. The intellectual elite have said about the world. That's what I believe, and nothing goes against that. Things like ESP and psychokinesis and telepathy, while fun to think about, it's not within my worldview, you know?
When you were approached by people, maybe we're jumping a little forward here, what was the interaction that led you down this road?
There was a post on Facebook on one of my memory groups that I'm a part of, and it said something very vague and cryptic, you know, looking for memory athletes that have some free time, want to make a little bit of cash on the side. I'm always interested in what people have in mind for a job, part-time job even, that has to do with a skill that I've honed. So I always throw my hat in the ring because I'm curious. I got a call from this company or the person running the project, and the first thing they asked me was, have you ever heard of remote viewing? And my answer was no. Have you ever heard of Project Stargate or you know, people who use psychic abilities to perceive things in the future or things that are non-local or remote? I was like, okay. And I could feel my eyes rolling in the back of my head, but it sounded like a cool story, you know, that could potentially develop. That was honestly the only reason I decided to do it. No, so immediately after that call, I'm Googling furiously, you know, remote viewing, real, remote viewing, studies, or, you know, anything that would give this any level of credibility. And I didn't really find what I was looking for. Was I excited? Of course, you know, there's always that part of me, in the same way that I fell into memory sports because, you know, I didn't know that memory techniques existed. I would have never thought that I could hone my memory to be at champion level and to do the things it does, yet I discovered this world and learned the techniques, and they work. Same with this. I guess there's a little bit of me that hopes that there's some, you know, hidden ability within all of us that can do more, just like the memory thing did.
Can you tell me a little bit about these people at all?
Yeah, I can't really, for many reasons, I can't say much, and I know that's gonna roll people's eyes. There was an NDA. Yeah, it's obviously something I'm now comfortable talking about, but it's definitely a bit scary. At the very least, I was gonna have a story.
Were they wearing suits?
I never met anybody. They had a project manager that was dealing with me. And they said, well, we want to train you. We've hired an expert remote viewer who does this for a living. I'm happy to share his information. Brett Stewart.
I've been doing this for about 12 years now. I started back in 2010. And before that, I was very much I didn't believe in any of this kind of, like, I hadn't heard about it, but I didn't believe in any of it. I was very like, what I can touch, what I can see, you know, what scientists say is the nature of reality. That's what makes sense to me. That's what I believe. In 2010, I had an experience that kind of changed my perspective on reality. The short title of it, I suppose, would be I saw a UFO in the middle of the San Francisco Bay Area. I see a triangle of lights and then a orangish red one in the middle, orange, like a little bit brighter than the ones on the outside. And I'm watching this come towards me. I'm like, are these helicopters? You know, I'm trying to like figure out what this is. It goes past my house and I keep watching it. And then like a bat out of hell, this thing took off like you snap your finger. This thing went from over my head past the horizon in under a second. What other beliefs do I have that maybe need some reassessing that might be wrong? One of them was, I remembered this remote viewing thing I had heard on the radio when I was 13 at my great-grandma's house because she loved Art Bell. And so there was like these remote viewers talking about some CIA program.
Joe McMonagle is currently a full-time research associate and partner with the Laboratories for Fundamental Research, Cognitive Sciences Laboratory, Palo Alto, California, where he has provided consulting support to research and development in remote viewing.
I was like, I wonder if that was real. And so I looked it up. I bought a program online and I went through it. And it was just go through these steps, you know, calm your mind. And, you know, if it wasn't like a really close drawing, I would have gone, well, that could have just been chance. But I drew a space shuttle and a whole bunch of smoke coming around. I was like, well, I don't know. This could be completely wrong. And then literally the picture was the space launch shuttle and smoke going everywhere. And I'm like, you know, it's like seeing a UFO is one thing, but seeing that actually be that accurate, I was like, it was another kind of like crack in my reality. And it's like, I really don't know anything.
They said I'd be meeting for a month.
2 pizzas and 2 sides for just $19.99? Mm-hmm. Domino's Perfect Combos got you covered.
Hey, I have a question for you. Are you on prep? You should be. Click the link below. QCare's got you covered.
Roku's self-serve ads platform. It's easier than ever with Ads Manager. Sign up today.
With this guy 5 days a week for an hour. And then once that period was over, then I started getting into the tasks that potentially could have earned me more money. Because I was also going to get a stake of the winnings from my sessions. At the beginning, you know, there'd be some things that were kind of interesting. Most of the time, I was pretty hard on myself. Like, I was like, okay, this is confirmation bias, or, you know, it's just chance. But there was one session I remember, and if you ever get to this point, which you will, you'll know what I'm talking about. Like the hairs stick up on the back of your neck, and you're just like, I mean, I'm getting goosebumps now, but it's something's happening. Man, at that point I was like, shit, I gotta rethink my worldview now. Not like what 7 years of my life, you know, being so adamant and even following my degree for the purpose of understanding the world, physics, right? Like I thought that would answer it, and there was nothing more. And now it's all kind of up in smoke. We started with stage 1, and I did my sketch, which at that point we were doing something very vague for the first sketch. And you kind of see these general structures. And then based on those structures, you then do a session for each of those little structures. So it gets really complicated and complex in terms of the amount of pages of info you have. And so I had 3 distinct things happening. And I felt like one was some kind of life form. That was one that was coming to me. Another one was kind of land. Not land, but like some natural, it was like water, but it was like an ocean. And then another part was some kind of movement, also kind of water, falling, these kind of 3 different things. And, you know, we explored them more, and at the end, I have the sketch clear in my mind of, you know, some kind of waving, undulating surface. And then there was a whale breaching. And I drew the whale. You know, none of these are like incredible replicas in terms of the way the whale was moving in my sketch, kind of the fins coming out of the body, the descriptors that I had for this life form. I even think I had the word blubber in there. And that all together, when I drew the final sketch, was, you know, and he revealed the photo to me after, I just froze.
So at this point, you haven't seen the photo at all.
Right.
This is your drawing. We have what looks like water. You never called it water, but what looks like water and waves.
Yep.
Something coming out. We got things coming off it, and then we have this dripping.
Nature setting in pleasant weather. I was off there with two distinct things on the site. One is a life form of sorts breaching with movement in and out. Okay. A second thing, more wet, sticky, falling from up to down.
Yeah. It was a whale breaching.
Yeah.
And you have your sketch?
Yeah. And to me, that was worthy of something being. It was worthy of me stopping to say something is happening here.
All right, strap yourselves in. This is a crash course on remote viewing. Obviously, we're not going through all the little finer details, but this essentially is how it's done.
All right, do the remote view.
I'm so ready.
First stage, S1, as we'll call it, is where you develop this ideogram. Okay, ideogram is like a very simple drawing. It's a sketch.
An ideogram is a little squiggle on the line on the paper that represents the primary gestalt of the site.
You put your pen on the page and you scribble whatever comes to mind. The more you think about this, the worse this is going. Next, what you do is you describe. So just little descriptors about the process of you drawing that scribble. There's two things that are gonna come out of this final part of stage one, which is the feeling and something called the gestalt. Well, a gestalt really is kind of like a general category of things. It could be nature, life form, structure, landmass. Then with that, you go into stage two where you start to perceive things, colors, energies, dimensions, textures, sounds, temperatures, tastes, all the things that you try to describe something in real life. When that stream kind of stops is when you can stop. If anything comes to mind, like if you see, oh, it's red, white, and blue, and you're like, American flag. Again, you want to avoid those. So on the side, you can write AOL, which we said was analytical overlay, and you address it. You say flag. Now you must be thinking, okay, what the fuck are you describing if there's nothing to be described? You know, well, that's the thing. You don't even think about it. The more you think about it, the worse you're gonna do, even if it doesn't make sense. That's, I think, honestly, what most of the training is how do you quiet the analytical mind? Stage three, then, is the sketch. Whatever comes to paper, you know, it's gonna be very abstract. So once you have the sketch, that's stage three, then it's stage four, which is basically kind of elaborating on the sensory data that's coming through. And it's really here where you can, I'm not gonna say you say what it is, but you go down more of a targeted telescope and you can extract more data and get to more information that potentially later could be analyzed and given as a result. And then that's it. Usually at the end I might say end, put my pen down, close stream.
After this training, I spent the next year practicing and honing this new skill.
Another day, another remote viewing session. All right, another day, another session, another remote viewing session.
Yeah, today's session was a bit of a bust. I'd give this a 1 on 10.
Give me 1 sec. Sorry.
This is how it goes, and we'll continue. We'll continue tomorrow with a fresh session.
I don't know if you do.
Although a big part of me still felt skeptical, I couldn't argue with some of the results that we found. Now, it's important to know that all these tests were done blind, meaning I had no idea what the target was. I was just given an 8-digit number, and with that, had to describe what was inside the envelope. And these are some of the better sessions I've had. It's a place.
It's a volcano.
Volcano/lava.
Brown, red, hard, rocky. Gravel, dust, sulfuric. Sharp, echoing, rough, maybe a pattern. I see a red cliff and a blue light. Session number 2. I see a structure. Red, yellow, white, bluish. It's a building, metallic and heavy, with stairs and rungs. There's a smell of metal, and it's breezy. There's a fast movement in the picture. a skyscraper with a sunset. A metal roof.
Look at this photo, right? And the Eiffel Tower's back here. Yeah. And looking up, we have sunset, orange, yellow, bright colors, metal. I wrote metal, metallic, heavy, stairs, rungs.
Session number 3. Fast, I see some type of outdoor activity. There's a life form. I see white and blue stripes running fast like a sport. It's outdoors. White, red, and blue, and windy, and loud. And there's air and cloth moving in the wind. Maybe a flag?
Let's go have a look. This is always such a weird thing. Because, like, you're drawing it and you feel all confident, you're like writing, you're like, yes. And then it comes time to like look at the picture and you're like, oh wait, what if I'm absolutely wrong? How embarrassing and how weird. But, you know, that's what this experiment's for. Let's go have a look. What number was it? 106. 106. Here we go. Oh my God.
Session number 4. A feeling of busy. There's a building, a structure. Gray, green, white, black, metal. I see bricks, large stone, square, rectangular cement bricks. There's a sunset. And people are looking up. I see windows, glass. It's huge. There are these large blue bricks.
It was pretty freaking close. I mean, even the drawing this time, normally my drawings are like so, even the drawing was really close. So I had building, structure, and gray, green, white, black, metal, brick, stone, square, rectangular, sky, flying bird, windows, glass, cement, cold, dusty, sunset, uplifting, looking up. That was my picture. And then again, I had blue bricks, some huge, large, tall, looking up, and here's the picture. So pretty good. I'm pretty impressed with this. I give this like a 6 out of 10. Easy. On to the next one.
After further research, I've obtained the name of the individual who taught Mr. Stewart how to remote view. A gentleman by the name of Major Ed Dames, a retired U.S. Army major who claims that he was trained by Ingo Swann as a remote viewer in Project Stargate while serving in the Army in the 80s. Dames was involved on the production of several Hollywood films, including Suspect Zero, and was actually portrayed by Kevin Spacey in the movie Men Who Stare at Goats. You know what? I could use a little distraction. This counts as investigation, doesn't it?
He was also able to lift bags of sand on hooks hung through his scrotum.
50% on Rotten Tomatoes. I could see why.
He was one of the Jedi teachers at Fort Bragg.
Sir, what is the practical application of this?
Don't worry, Bob. We're not going to get in that truck.
Not exactly Oscar-worthy, but I get the point.
Well, the hooker thing is definitely a lie.
Larry had been doing research into the infamous CIA MK Ultra experiments.
All right, I think I've seen enough.
His own psychic powers. All he needed was a lab rat to try them out on, check if they were safe.
Well, that's strange. something funny going on. But no time for that now. I think it's time we pay Mr. Dames a visit.
We just got to Sacramento last night. We landed and hung out with Major Ed Dames. Major Ed Dames, who was part of the Sci-Spy program in the 80s. He was actually the person who trained Brett Stewart and who then in turn trained Nelson. We hung out with him last night, heard a bunch of really crazy stories and some really cool stories, but today we're just here to find out a little bit more about the process of remote viewing. He claims to be the best remote viewing teacher in the country, and he claims that his successes have been, documented and are above average and above everyone else in the field. So we're here to test those claims, but we will also be recording documenting some of his process in remote viewing. Hopefully gain a little bit of insight in how we can improve our remote viewing as well. And then obviously get some interview footage with Mr. Dames as well. What are your first thoughts about this guy from last night?
Yeah, he was a super nice guy, clearly very excited to talk to us just in general, and especially share some of his life stories. But yeah, I don't know what to expect. He said some crazy things yesterday that I was just like, if that's true, what does that mean about the universe, So this is part of my journey anyways, to kind of figure out whether any of this is really real. I'm still kind of slightly on the fence, so I don't know, we'll find out what he has to say today.
We're a little late. Maybe he showed up and was like, not on my watch.
I'm done.
Yeah, he's an Army guy, right? We were like 7 minutes late, so yeah, he just left. Can't blame him. I'm gonna give him a call. Maybe they got to him.
Oh shit.
His number's just...
Your Ed Dames, please leave your number. I'll call you back as soon as possible.
Okay.
All right. Hope he's all right.
Yeah.
Now at this point, everything is kind of surreal. I've traveled across the country to come meet a former psychic spy. Hopefully spending time with Major Dames will give me a little bit more insight into how remote viewing works, and possibly even testing the legitimacy of this.
Essentially, I'm going to be working a target. Very valuable for your viewers.
Right.
Very valuable.
What's the target?
I'll show you.
You don't feel any type of, especially calm today, or... I was on Twitter today, and they were mentioning the resonant frequency.
Schumann resonant.
Exactly. And so we normally sit at around, 7.8?
Something like that.
Something like that. So today, it jumped up to 40.
To say the time spent with Major Dames was interesting would be an understatement.
My name is Major Edward A. Dames, U.S. Army retired. I am the former operations and training officer for the Department of Defense Stargate program. When I was selected as one of the 5 prototype members, Army members, to be trained by Ingo Swann, my mentor, to whom I later became protege, and that was 1983 and 1984. Training occurred during those 2 years. Ingo had just developed his structure, and so he came to Hal Puthoff and said, "Who's paying for this?" Because that was secret. And Hal said, "Well, the Army." And Ingo, frustrated, threw his hands up because his peers didn't want to be trained by him. Send me some Army officers, because theoretically, this structure should work with everyone, this model, this structure. And sure enough, as a prototype team, the 5 of us, it worked. And we became better than some of the better natural psychics in the world.
We spent hours chatting with Major Dames, and I couldn't fit it all into this video. So for the full versions of all these interviews in this video, as well as uncut remote viewing sessions by myself and Nelson, head to my Patreon.
And now I predominantly only teach specialized skills to my professionals. The rest of the time we actually use remote viewing in operations.
What kind of operations do you use them for?
Looking for instance, FBI fugitives. I support the U.S. Marshals mainly because they support me. They actually use my information where the FBI just throws it away. So I search for the FBI fugitives on my own.
After briefing us on some history about the project, Dames felt really strongly about showing us what his organization can do. To do this, he needed a target. And his target was this man.
Jason Derek Brown / present location.
Jason Derek Brown.
Jason Derek Brown.
Jason Derek Brown.
Jason Brown is now a face on the FBI's most wanted list.
Jason Derek Brown, on the run since November 29th, 2004.
There was not one single corroborated sighting out of the tens of thousands of tips we received.
This target has been on the FBI's most wanted list, and Dames is going to explain exactly how we can see this man's present location. During this process, Dames will go through stages 1 through 4 as we've explained previously.
No, he's a killer, so this has to be handled very carefully.
Sure. What if he watches this video?
Fuck him. Okay, so when the target reference numbers are encased in square brackets, they are target reference numbers. My unconscious has been doing something, I have no idea, but now it's about ready to go. So this is a stage 1. Okay, stage 2 of the site. Textures. Wiry. Greasy. Perforated. A metallic gray, yellow break, metal. Dump that in the trash. Continue. There's a rose color. Glassy as a color. Smells. Aromatic. AI break. Stinks. So I've got 4 archetypes, 4 key site aspects, we call them, at the site.
Dames takes a break to explain to us the different archetypes that are drawn throughout the ideogram process.
So a circle could be a life form. A loop is a life form. And an inverse loop can sometimes be a plant. If I have a broken loop like that, that's a person who is in the process of dying.
And when you're drawing this broken loop, you're not thinking about it. It's just happening.
That's not allowed.
And then you go back and notice that it's a broken loop, correct? Is that fair?
Oh, no, I'll notice it immediately. My hand's doing, I'm just watching what my hand is doing. My automatic response to my autonomic nervous system, the mind-body reaction, this becomes an ideomotor response. A line like that is a surface. A spiral like that is energy. So this is universally a structure. That, moving fast and dissipating, is motion. That's not necessarily a mountain or a mountain range. It could be a tower as well. There's a very rare one, very rare. It's the infinity archetype. This is very rare. For instance, the shootout at the OK Corral and Golgotha, the march to the crucifixion, it'll produce that.
These tiny scribbles are drawn unconsciously and apparently have an associated meaning to them. These individual ideograms are then labeled, and he would then repeat stages 1 through 4 for each of these individual ideograms that he has produced. Now, although we didn't get any closer to finding the fugitive, Dames really believes that this location is where he currently is hiding. But obviously for us, there's no way of verifying that. And these unverifiable targets seem to come up quite a bit. Because at the end of the day, it's one thing to say with conviction that this is accurate information about a target, but if it isn't immediately verifiable, then I have no way of actually knowing. What is your response to skepticism?
I ignore them. I have so much work. I'm so focused on my work. I just don't have time to deal with them. I appreciate them. I mean, who wouldn't? Skepticism is extremely healthy. And had I not been in the positions I had been in, nor the position I'm in now, I certainly would be one of them. The moment that changed me was when Ingo Swann had me remote view the for one of my first training targets, the Lincoln Monument, the Washington Monument. And of course, it was blind target. I had no idea what the training target was. And it was a perfect rendition on my part of the Washington Monument. And Ingo just stared at me like that, saying, what did you think? This was fake or whatever. I looked at that and I said, where did that come from? What part of me was utilized to do this?
And although I want to believe that this process is accurate, I was ultimately just left with a few stories.
Chief of Staff for Intelligence for the U.S. Air Force, he did not believe it, that we could do what we could do. He was read on to our existence. So he sends an officer up with a folder. And I'm the operations officer, so I get this task, right? He says, look, we have this satellite photo of this blurry thing that we think is a new Russian fighter. We want you to give us information about that. 2 weeks later, I go down there to confront him. And the dumbass had because he didn't believe we could do what we do. So we're sketching this so-called fighter and another version. And I told him, hey, you know what? Yes, we have the information. He said, great. I said, and there's another version of this that lands at Edwards Air Force Base. And then the smile went away. He gave us the own program, and we had to sign non-disclosure agreements because we busted the program. And he really ate a lot of crow that day.
It was an honor and a pleasure to work with Mr. Dames and to have him explain his process to us. All I knew is that if I wanted to get to the bottom of this, I would have to dig further. Dames mentioned the Monroe Institute.
But one thing that we did use, and I especially as operations officer, to evaluate potential recruits for the program was the Bob Monroe's program developing altered states and out of bodies things. Bob Monroe wrote the book Journeys Out of Body, specifically trying to convince people that you're more, quote, you're more than your physical self. And very, very, very interesting, very valuable.
And not by coincidence, also the location of Joe McMoneagle, remote viewer number 001. It was time to head to Nellysford, Virginia.
Morning.
Morning.
Here we go.
On our way to see remote viewer number 001.
The President's Day sale is on now at Kenny's and your local Ashley. This is your chance to upgrade your home and save in a big way. Save up to 30% off your furniture purchase or choose up to 48-month financing to make it fit your budget. Plus, on appliances, enjoy presidential savings with up to 18 months financing on the brands you trust every day.
Put it on the screen. Oh, all right. So now I'm gonna play the next video, and then I think I'll go to bed after this. I'll cut the live after that, and then go to bed. Because I mean, I've been streaming for 2 hours and 16 minutes.
It's understandable, but
all right. So the next video for everybody to see is Joe McMahon. That one's a hard one to say, so I'm gonna I'm gonna spell the last name so everybody can understand what I'm saying. It is Joe is the first name, and then the last name is MCMONEAGLE. And then the name of the episode is Remote Viewer 001 Project something.
Remote viewer?
Yeah, so this episode I'm guessing is about remote viewing. So if you are on my live, I don't know if you are on Fox, so
For the particular video I was.
so do you see? You should see me on the camera. I just waved.
Let me get in the cover. I'm being attacked right now.
Oh, okay. You're not.
Watch the video. I always watch the video and
Oh,
the game.
okay.
So I'm a multitasker. Sorry.
All right. So I apologize, Fox. Everybody can hear you. That's okay. I just want to make it clear. If you just try to keep swearing down, I do too. Oh yeah, you're good. So I'm gonna go ahead and play the episode.
Previously on Area 52.
All right, for the remote view.
I'm so ready.
This is how do you quiet the analytical mind?
After this training, I spent the next year practicing and honing this new skill. I think it's time we pay Mr. Dames a visit.
I am the former operations and training officer for the Department of Defense Stargate program.
All I knew is that if I wanted to get to the bottom of this, I would have to dig further. It was time to head to Nellysford, Virginia. If you're interested in learning more about remote viewing or supporting Area 52 investigations, I've left the Patreon link below. I've posted 10 extra videos from last episode, and I'm uploading over 4 hours of brand new, unseen content for this week's episode. Upon becoming a Patreon member, you're also going to be an intern on my Discord. You will now gain access to the top secret clearance section of the Area 52 Discord. It's only $5 a month, but goes a long way to help this channel. And now, part 2 of Project Stargate. So after meeting Dames and reviewing our interview, it occurred to me that the system he has adopted and has taught his students doesn't fall in line with the original protocol made by the Stanford Research Institute, in that he doesn't use the double-blind system during his protocol, meaning Dames knows what the target is and uses that to obtain information about the target. This seems highly convenient to me, and it also seems like the remote viewer is given an edge. And this wasn't the case for the other remote viewers in the program. Questions that also stood out were, where is the research? Where are the numbers, and what are the statistics? I knew that to answer these questions, I would have to go closer to the source. So I tracked down Joseph McMoneagle, recipient of the Legion of Merit Award for his service in the military. McMoneagle was also the first remote viewer brought in by the Army, and who passed all the tests with flying colors. And I also spoke with Dr. Edwin May, who was the senior research physicist back then at SRI, and who is the current director of the Cognitive Sciences Laboratory. Dr. May also continued his studies in parapsychology and is currently still researching remote viewing. Now, before I get into whether or not the government is still secretly funding this research, let's hear about Joe.
I've been looking for someone.
All right, so we're in Virginia. We're actually close to the Monroe Institute right now. We're on our way to see Joe McMoneagle, remote viewer number 001, who is the highly touted psychic spy for Project Stargate. There's just an overwhelming amount of evidence that says that this is a real thing. I want to know if the government's still doing this, because if there's something that, is this cheap to do, a pen and a paper, it costs like what, $1 million a year, which is nothing for these agencies. So it would be really hard for me to believe that they're not doing this anymore.
Let's go back to the beginning of when this all started.
My name is Joseph McMoneagle. I was the first one recruited for the Stargate program, which back then was called Gondola-ish at the time.
After searching through the CIA's now declassified archives, I was able to find the initial proposal letter for Gondola-ish, with the great Soviet and East European parapsychology intelligence. It says here, both U.S. and Soviet research have shown that individual paranormal ability is intrinsic and that this ability can be enhanced through the training and practice. Even before Project Stargate was a thing, Gondola Wish was collecting documentation related to parapsychology from the following agencies: CIA, DIA, INSCOM, United States Air Force, and also civilian contractors. The conclusion: the Soviets have the ability to collect intelligence using paranormal means and are believed to be doing so.
So they assigned me 001. So I was the only one with a 00. So I'm the only one authorized to kill people with my head. After recruitment, I went to SRI and was subjected to the 6 remote viewings. It was actually found by Russell Targ and Hal Putoff in interrogations. They interrogated a bunch of people, and I fell out of that. I think originally they'd gone through hundreds of people looking for talent.
I've been working with Joe since 1979. The Army, actually DIA, Defense Intelligence Agency, asked us to get an estimate over what percentage of the population can do this under laboratory studies. So we looked at roughly 600 people over different categories of folks. It was not random selection, so it was selected individuals. Like we had a group from Mensa, super brains, 2 alumni groups from Stanford, and SRI itself. They let us do that. Net, about 1% of the selected populations could meet laboratory standards. 1% of the population is a huge number of people. It's anything but scarce. It's much bigger than the skill to play a piano recital at Carnegie Hall.
It was originally designed to determine whether or not it was a threat, whether or not if the Russians, the Chinese were using it, is this a threat? And they knew nothing about remote viewing. So in a desirable kind of way, what you want to do is train a few people, have them target your own stuff like the Pentagon, the White House, stuff like that, collect some data, and then turn it over to an independent agency to evaluate. And they determine the threat that's there. And if it's a high threat, then you want to get more involved. If it turns out it's really nothing, you just close it off. You end the test period, and it's done. The problem is it worked, and it worked really well.
In yet another document, in a briefing to the Secretary of the Army, it states that 85% of the information collected from remote viewing was accurate, and 50% of 700 missions produced usable information.
Is something you can get better at?
Well, that is one of the most important questions. Military folks really wanted us to answer that question, and they don't like the answer. But unfortunately, I've got data on Joe McMonagle and 3 other people spanning 30 years worth of data. So I can plot how good it was over all that period of time. And there's quite a variation. Sometimes he fucks up big time, sometimes he knocks the socks off, and so on. And then I can fit what's called a regression line through that. And if he's getting better, the slope will be up. And in the field of parapsychology, they have what's called the decline effect, goes the other way. The good news is that the slope of that line is 0.
Wow.
About 3 decimal places. All right, so how do we interpret that? Some people can, learn to play tennis and play at Wimbledon, and others can barely get the ball across the net, and so on. Same in ESP. And so what that means is you can learn and improve up to whatever your native skill level happens to be, not any better.
So when I got to SRI, I did 6 remote viewings, and out of the 6 remote viewings, 5 of them were first place matches. Dr. May told me that it was like very easy to match my remote viewings.
So what's a first place matching? What does that mean?
Well, there's 4 places, first place through 4th place. 4th place is no similarity to the target at all. 3rd place, maybe 20% similarities, which is chance. 2nd place is produced some valuable information, but it's not good enough to say it's actually the target. 1st place, no doubt. Wow. That's the target. And it's practically drawn. And in fact, I do very detailed drawings, so it was pretty easy to match my stuff. Turned out to be the best series of 6 ever done at SRI. So when I got back, my desk was empty, and the general sent me out to join the crowd at Fort Meade.
Could you possibly give me like an example of an early test that you've done that really, like you said in your own words, knocked your socks off?
How about if I show you? Okay, this is Angela Ford, and this is her entire drawing, and there's stuff that looks like that. There's some hills in the back and water in the front here and so on. And what the target was, randomly selected, was this.
My goodness.
The other interesting piece, which was new research, is, do you know the term synesthesia?
Hearing color and so on and so forth, and all the variations of that.
Yeah, exactly correct. And every single one of our top remote viewers are synesthetes.
One of the things I got recruited for at SRI International is so they could continue to use me for collection and white rat me in the lab, hit me with things that they were studying, that sort of thing.
Okay, let me show you something from Joe.
All
Okay,
right.
What you have here, this was in the lucid dreaming study at Stanford University. And we told Joe that if you get lucid, get out of your body, go to the room next door where we have an envelope on the wall, open the envelope and study the photograph that's in that envelope, come back, wiggle your eyes, we'll wake you up and you tell us what you saw. So this is the only thing that he drew. And he says, Key Mountain, barn or large cabin, shadow mountains, trees and road. He also said path, American Rockies, or maybe the Alps. I think it is, in fact, the American Rockies. He said, you know, I could not find the effing envelope. I searched all over that lab. He said, but I knew I was dreaming. So, you know, like clicked my heels together and said, I want to go to the place where the photographer stood when he took the picture that's in the envelope I can't find. Because what was in the envelope was this. Yeah, that's the right response. I could not draw it that well looking at the damn thing.
That is even like almost to scale. What percentage of studies bear fruit that are this ripe? Like, what percentage of those studies, with Joe specifically, let's say?
About 20%.
So it just took off on its own, and we became a tasking agency from that point on, which is, we knew nothing about it. We just had tasks that came in, and we'd go in a room and talk about what we were perceiving. It actually worked and made some people really happy, because some of the stuff they were getting was stuff they couldn't get any other way.
Suppose you wanted to open up a new restaurant in Montreal. 19 people come and fill up your restaurant. For the next week, 17 of those original 19 customers come back to your restaurant. What would you say about the quality of your restaurant based on that data?
I would say it was fantastic.
During the lifetime of Stargate, beginning in 1975 for the next 20 years, there were 504 separate missions given to us by the intelligence community and the military, right? To spy on the Soviet Union and China and wherever else. And those missions were spread across 19 federal agencies of the usual type. Of those 19 agencies, Chris, 17 of them returned with new additional missions. End of story.
There were some pretty high-level people that sometimes asked questions, like committee members and things like that. I had to give a demonstration once to the Senate Select Subcommittee for Intelligence, which was done in camera, in secret. And this was basically done every year. I can't tell you what happened in the...
TikTok has over 50 preset safety and privacy settings to protect teens. Plus, as a parent, I set up family pairing to help shape my teen's experience on the app. Because when safety comes first, discovery can follow.
Need a new mattress but confused by all the choices? At Mattress Firm, we make it easy. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a perfect mattress. And right now, get an adjustable queen mattress set for $499.99 at Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy.
What's the secret to peak health? Going micro with Noom. Micro habits, micro wins, even microdose GLP-1s.
I can lose up to 11 pounds in 30 days?
Heck yeah!
Now starting at just $99.
Process, but I can tell you that the reason it was done is they wanted input from everybody we supported. And everybody would go in and say, this is what they did for us, this is how it worked, this is what was good, this is what failed. And based on that, they would have approval over whether we got funded for another year. And it lasted 21 years, so that, you know they're getting something of value. I would say, generally speaking, the people who brought stuff to us were absolutely, thoroughly agreed with what we were doing.
Here are the 19 agencies. That's the Army, there's the CIA, the Drug Enforcement Agency, there's the DIA, FBI, and so on, right? And the numbers on top of these bar graphs are the number of times independent chimes with different new missions that each of these places came back with new missions. And the whole-time record here is 172 separate missions. A joint task force after the Cold War was over was set up here in the San Francisco Bay Area.
There we go. Now it's on the screen. Alright guys, my apologies. I don't know what happened. It kind of kicked my thing. Alright. So this is like a 52-minute video. I forgot to explain that in the beginning. Yeah. So my apologies. Yeah. Here we go. I'm going to start the video back up. And watch.
Called Alameda. Their mission was to interdict contraband drugs coming in by the sea. So they would task us and the people at Fort Meade saying, okay, hey, 2 weeks from today, precognition, where can we board this boat in U.S. territorial waters? They came back 172 separate missions. They loved us. We were damn good at that job.
And this was all, are these missions all declassified at this point, or?
Almost none of them are.
The original science is probably 1.8 million words. We had to cut it down to 1.4. I'm using the pregnant we now. Dr. May and a young lady by the name of Sonali Moaha in India are the two people who actually went over everything, put it into order, and had it ready for print. It's not like nobody has access to it.
Yeah.
You can buy it. It's in 4 volumes. It's stacked like that.
We took 6 years. Sonali, a woman friend of mine, a colleague, brilliant woman. She was the brains behind our theory. She's a PhD clinical psychologist. She and I worked together to produce 4 volumes all about this thick, 600 and some odd pages. We didn't edit hardly anything. We wanted to be as precise as possible for the first 3 of 4 volumes. So this one I just grabbed off the shelf is volume 2. It's everything you want to know about remote viewing from 1985 to 1995. Everything.
And that includes the failures. That includes the greater results. That includes everything. That's just transparency.
Absolutely.
For scientific purpose.
Yeah, there's almost no failures, but the ones that were failed are in here.
I did tracking of an agent, as an example.
I think I heard about this.
Yeah.
This was the 3 different locations?
Right. Targeting material was the person's social security number. From that, you can't tell anything. You don't know how old they are. You don't know if they're male, female. You don't know where they work. You don't know anything. The first time I got a call was like at midnight, and I was staying with a psychologist in San Francisco, and I did the target. And the target I drew was hills with sticks on them, something moving in a circle at the top of the sticks, and dotted lines putting them all together saying, this is some kind of an energy system in a field of hills. He was actually in Altoona Pass or something, parked in the middle of the wind generator system. And I got a 99 because Dr. May says I didn't tell him the color of his rental car.
Can you divulge what agency this was, or is that classified still?
No, I can't tell you what agency, but I can tell you that they were duly impressed.
Okay.
The next time I got a call, they said he was standing inside the accelerator building for the collider at Stanford University. I've never seen it, but I'm trying to draw this thing. I don't know if you've ever seen the inside of the generating area of a collider. You can't draw it if you're standing there looking at it. I mean, it is so complicated, and I wound up with this very screwed up, highly technical thing. And I stopped and I said, I can't draw.
Pardon everybody. I gotta fix something. I forgot to. I don't want, and I'm sure the other people that are on my PlayStation don't really want their gamer tags out there like that. So yeah, I'm gonna turn that off.
Okay, that's another people that are watching too.
Yeah, because I forgot to do that.